Today on Softball 360, round one on the ASA Stadium Power Tour from the home of the Cincinnati Reds. Get a lesson in leadership from Team USA head coach Ken Erichson. Coach E shares the secrets to the art of team building. Venus Taylor previews the Women's College World Series. The teams battle for a national championship, and the fans celebrate amid a tailgate tour de force. Those stories and a softball tip from Jennie Finch. Get ready, Softball 360 starts right now.
Greetings everyone, and welcome to Softball 360 presented by ASA. We're here to see the best of the best compete on the center stage. Greetings everyone, and welcome to Softball 360. I'm Jennie Finch, and it's time for the biggest home run hitters in the game to go big. We're taking it to Great American Ballpark, home of the Cincinnati Reds, and also the site of the season opener of the ASA Stadium Power Tour.
The long and winding road of the 2016 season begins along the long and winding banks of the muddy Ohio River in Cincinnati. Great American Ballpark is the site for round one, and it's a town that loves its softball.
I'm 57 years old and still playing, so that's one of the good things.
They can hit it really far.
Next door is the Reds Hall of Fame, one of the best in the bigs, with constantly changing exhibits. This year, it features the world's largest collection of bobbleheads. A whole lot of shaking going on. And this giant bobble is the biggest ever made. Earlier in the day, the Sluggers met up for BP, and some of the new kids on the block were ready.
Our bat gives us our edge in that we have the floating inner barrel technology. It's like a trampoline effect. The ball hits the bat hits the FIB, the FIB compresses off the back wall, and it shoots everything at once. It's like a big cannon coming off.
Team Louisville confirms what you already knew. Size does matter, with two of the largest sluggers on the planet.
I'm gonna be honest, we can win it all. You got two guys swinging one product who hits the ball farther than anybody, with all due respect. Ball go far, and the best one, all day, every day.
For Brian Wegman, today's event is always a bit of stress-o-rama. You see, Wegs is known as Mr. Ohio Softball. He grew up here and owns and operates Mid-American Ball Yard, one of the best softball complexes in the Cincy Metro. Wegs has a lot on the line today, starting with softball pride.
Cincinnati's always a good one. It's a big softball town, big softball community. So there'll be plenty of local weekend warriors out there supporting it, but they also want to see it fly. And being my hometown, it's a little bit more pressure. Yeah, you don't want to have a bad showing in your hometown, because then you got to live with your buddies ragging you for a while.
Plenty of questions will be answered today. How will veteran teams like Combat and Easton perform? New sluggers Flip Washington and Travis Clark are vets, but this is their Stadium Power Tour debut. Any chance of opening day jitters for the rookies of Monsta and Louisville Slugger? The answers will come courtesy of some of the best bats in the business on a hot Friday night along the banks of the Ohio River. When Softball 360 returns, is Florida the team to beat at this year's Women's College World Series? Venus Taylor shows us how last year's champ kept their cool to win it all. The world's greatest softball home run hitters start the season with some spectacular upper deck blasts and beyond. But up first, one-on-one with Coach E, Ken Erichson, as he builds a team for Golden Glory and beyond.
Softball 360, presented by ASA USA Softball, is brought to you by DeMarini, Easton Sports, Dudley, Mikan, and by ASA USA Softball.
head coach can have a massive impact on the softball team and its players. And Team USA, they have one of the best, with a track record of great accomplishments. But to many, and myself, he's simply known as Coach E.
Leadership, the action of leading a group of people or an organization. From the textbook definition to a walking, talking example of leadership, look no further than Ken Erichson, head coach of Team USA. Coach E wrangles the responsibility as the guiding force, face, and future of the women's national softball team.
Team USA.
I think once you do put USA on your chest and you make that team for the first time, the responsibilities become very personal. Your work ethic, it has to be good to begin with, or else you're not going to be on this team. But I think once you put that USA on your chest, the responsibility for you to be a USA player comes above and beyond a lot of other things in your life. And it's a pride factor. And a lot of the girls I'm seeing right now, like I said, that are veterans, are showing that pride.
Coach E's resume reads like a roadmap. He coached the USA Olympic softball team that won gold in 2004 in Athens, Greece. He's been head softball coach at the University of South Florida for close to 2 decades and was an outstanding player at all levels of the game. Quite simply, Ken Erichson is a softball man who knows the art of building a winning team.
As far as camaraderie goes, fantastic. As far as comedy goes, unbelievable. Now let's translate that to having a good time on the field and winning.
He's very clear in what his coaching philosophies are, and he's really good at simplifying the game and empty head, full bat type of philosophy. So I'm having a lot of fun so far.
I'm learning something new every single day, and he challenges me. All of us, makes us really think.
For Coach E, it starts with teaching. He firmly believes the coaching and managing a team starts with being an educator on the field first.
The nuances of the game has made it easier in the translation of how to teach the game and become a teacher. I never have thought of it as coaching. To me, coaching is pat on the back and hey, great job, but teaching the game and playing the game the right way, I think all those things, all those historical things have helped out.
Being optimistic is all part of the game plan for Team USA. As Coach E builds his team for the future, he knows the world is watching.
I think we're putting out a great product in our sisterhood and brotherhood of fast pitch softball. Once we do get that vote, now we know that we're not in competition with getting the games back in, with the IOC votes and the popularity of the game and making sure sportsmanship is great. Now the focus becomes on one thing, and that's winning the gold medal in 2020. So, the focus is very good right now. But once you do put that golden ring out there, I think the focus now gets that it's one way or another. Nothing's going to stop us from trying to reach that ultimate goal of a gold medal stand in 2020.
USA! Something that stands out about Coach E to me would be his knowledge of opponents and the game itself. We could ask him about any player on any team from all over the world, and he would know what type of hitter she was and how she hit and how to pitch her, and just so much information and knowledge that you knew that you were confident when you went out there and faced the opponents because Coach E had prepared us for those opponents.
Still ahead, Venus Taylor checks out some fandemonium amid a tailgate tour de force. The ASA Long Haul Bombers swing for the fences at MLB parks, but what's on their musical hit parade?
Shine down to pink.
Number 1, Rihanna, work. Let me see you work, 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 work. Yeah.
Ramstein. I still love my George Strait.
Taylor Swift 22s on my iPad.
I like Taylor Swift. A lot of people hate on her, man, but I like her. Taylor Swift's a bomb.
Metallica.
Jack Johnson.
I like Eminem.
Amarillo by morning, down from San Antonio.
Carrie Underwood, gotta have her on there.
Let me see you work, 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 work. She see me do my dirt, 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 dirt.
One of the showcase events in softball is the Women's College World Series. The greatest teams in college softball gather around to crown a national champion. And our reporter, an old teammate of mine, Venus Taylor, has a preview.
It's softball time in Oklahoma.
We are in Oklahoma City at the Women's College World Series, where the best of the best college softball players will be competing on center stage to find out who will be the next national champion.
Oklahoma City is indeed hallowed ground for softball. The headquarters for the ASA and the Softball Hall of Fame are right next door.
My dad came, my grandpa started coming, so it's a family tradition. We love it.
For the kids to be out here and living a dream that they've all had since they were little, it's just it's a special moment.
For the best college teams, softball time means getting your team's name in the winners brackets.
It's just amazing to see all these fans here and all of the people who support the sport, and to see how much the sport is really growing.
At the Women's College World Series, plenty of school spirit. Being true to your school was never so much fun.
It's exciting. Tigerific day.
Here we go, Gators!
The fun and games at the World Series extend to the NCAA softball experience. Plenty to see and do before the first pitch. Now, to get ready for the games, fans must properly prepare. Tailgating is strongly encouraged.
We got barbecue chicken and down-home sausage from Stonewall, Louisiana. The best in the whole wide world. There it is right there.
We have the jalapeno sausage, and I remember this from last year, so you know it's good.
The LSU fans start early. Heck, they pretty much invented the sport of tailgating in New Orleans and brought a little bit of the bayou to OKC.
Is this the winning touch? I think it is. I think it is. I'm stirring up some LSU style. Oh, yeah. Looking good. This is where it goes down. And what goes down underneath these tents and, you know, in the back of the cab?
It's in Oklahoma.
I love it.
The Women's College World Series, you're facing the toughest of the toughest. You know that every single at-bat is going to be a battle. Every pitch is going to be a battle. And the outcome is unknown. It's yours to grab. And there's nothing greater than walking into that ASA Hall of Fame Stadium, packed, filled with fans, cheering on our sport, and you living out a dream.
When we return, this is no drill. Round one on the ASA Stadium Power Tour. It's Friday Night Lights at the home of the Reds as Easton combat Louisville Slugger and Monster get ready to get it on.
Good, strong, and balanced. They call this the tip of the triangle. Moving towards home plate, and they have a firm, solid break. So a quick fielding tip. So many times it seems so simple and so basic, but so many times fielders field behind their eyes. Okay, we want the best chance of getting that ball. We don't want the ball to play us, we want to play the ball. So fielders, make sure that you're fielding it out in front. We call this the tip of the triangle. Okay, tip of the triangle out in front here. And make sure those buns are down and those hands are out. So many times we see fielders like this. Okay, we don't want to be stiff-legged like that, unathletic. Like I said, it's all about the foundation. Your foundation is huge. So you want to be balanced and your feet underneath you to be able to pop up and get to that next throw.
Softball 360, presented by ASA USA Softball, is brought to you by Louisville Slugger, Worth, Combat Sports, Monster, and by BP Athletics.
Who is the world's greatest softball home run hitter? The quest to be number one begins in round one at Great American Ballpark. Dave Benz has the call.
Welcome to round one of the ASA Stadium Power Tour. And the road rules are as follows. Each slugger gets 15 swings. Each homer is worth 1 point, except the last pitch, known as the money ball. It's worth 2 points and could be the tiebreaker. Up first, the new kids on the block from Team Monster, Timar Martinez and Ryan Dacko.
Well, we're going to try to make a name for ourselves. We're the new kids on the block. we got a lot to prove to people, and we just got to go out, trust in our hands and our hitting ability, and try to put on the best of show we can, and try to prove to everyone that we can hang with these guys.
I want to be at the finals as an individual. I want to be at the finals as a team, but also just put on a good showing and represent Monster well, and making sure that we make everybody happy.
Team Monster is easily up to the challenge and set the tone early with 17 points amid some bona fide big-time blasts. The bar has been set. How will the sluggers in the on-deck circle respond? The answer came quickly from the business end of a Louisville slugger bat. Kaboom! Ryan Thor Harvey is swinging the hammer and sending Dudley softballs into orbit, at least the upper confines of Great American Ballpark anyway. Kevin Smash Kennington is not shy either. He confirms what you thought was always true. Size does indeed matter.
Yeah, there's no intimidation at this point. Playing with these against these other hitters week in and out, it just comes natural, and when you got the best product in your hand, then it's all day, every day. So you step up to the plate and you do what you got to do.
$18 points for Louisville slugger, and holy catfish, we have an old-fashioned slugfest on our hands, folks. Stepping up is rookie Philip Flip Washington for Team Combat. Flip brings his Jamaican bloodlines and a baseball background to the plate.
Just being in that environment, hitting on the stadiums, knowing that we're using, combat bats, ready to hit some balls pretty far, I guess.
Flip is cool, calm, confident, and simply crushing the ball. Zero rookie jitters. Flip is jamming with 11 points. Here comes the Tower of Power. Combat's Chris the G-Man Griner. G-Man is swinging like a man on a mission, and the mission is to win the title.
My goal is to hit the most home runs. Nobody hits the ball further than I do. That's why I got a chance to win. I'm more excited to be hitting with my boy Flip and get some new blood out there with combat. And I'm just looking forward to seeing how far we can hit these balls.
Gadzooks! That softball left the planet. One after another, his combat bat is making it look easy. And on the money ball, cash is king. G-Man takes the lead with 13 lucky points, with Team Easton the lone roadblock to victory. Wiley vet Travis Clark is an Easton softball ambassador, but ruthless at the plate.
I don't know if I'd say nervous. I think it's harder to describe how you're going to feel without ever doing it. But I think if you mentally prepare for it and you know what's coming, that's going to eliminate some of the nerves immediately. Like Weg said, you don't really know what somebody can do until they're put in that situation.
Travis is swinging an Easton bat that's slightly hotter than the planet Mercury and set up the last man standing. Brian, the ball will be flying Wegman is indeed softball lore, especially in the Buckeye State.
Being my hometown, it's a little bit more pressure. Good pressure, like the good adrenaline type stuff. But yeah, you don't want to have a bad showing in your hometown, because then you got to live with your buddies ragging you for a while.
And Wegs gets right to it. See ya, bub. Bye-bye. The hefty headliner is starting to make the G-Man sweat. On the almighty money ball, will it stay fair or foul? It's off the foul pole. and it counts. Cha-ching! But harsh reality strikes, and it's not enough today. Wedge ends his shift with 11 points. It's Team Combat on top, taking round one with 13.
That's getting back on top. We got good technology coming. We should be in this race.
Here's the final results from Cincy. Chris Greinert smiling big as he is 2 points better than both Brian Wegman and Philip Flip Washington.
And talk about home run power. The Stadium Power Tour has begun, and it's building to the finals in September in Miami. And remember, only the top 4 sluggers get to go. The road to Miami has begun. Thanks so much for watching Softball 360. As always, send us your story ideas and lines. We love to hear from you. And like I always tell my campers, dream and believe.
Please join us next time on Softball 360. We're hanging out with Team DeMarini. Two-time champ Chris the Crusher Larson and Bubba Brungart share softball slugging tips and quips. Venus Taylor previews the 2016 World Cup of Softball. Jennie Finch has a softball tip that will make a difference on and off the field. See you next week on Softball 360, presented by the ASA.
And that's it.